look at maps. We got map talk with guys, games, and beer.
Hey, we can talk game maps.
That's true. We've never done a show about game maps. They're out
There you go.
Did you say?
Oh. Talking game maps.
Game maps?
We had one of those.
Ooh, that was up. Yeah, that was quite the crowd. All the game locations.
Nope.
It was guarded.
Yeah, so how was that? Good. Was it basically just one big party like it seemed like?
There was a lot of partying going on. There was a lot of partying going on. Yes. I mean, what them? Again, here's our problem. We're spoiled. Well, no.
We bring the party wherever we go.
The reason I say it was yes and no is because there was a very young guy, probably below 18 demographic there, that was really strong. There was a lot of teenagers. Yeah, I guess that worked. Yeah. And so they weren't partying. Not well, they were playing games and stuff. Yeah, they were having a good
That's a
time.
plus.
But, you know, there was a pretty young demographic. And there was also a pretty good 20-something, 30-something, probably. Definitely underage. There was definitely underage. No, there was not underage drinking.
No, what I meant was there was definitely under 3
People there.
Yeah.
So they were just more focused on games. Yeah, much bigger than we expected. Yeah. Yeah. So there was multi-floor as well. That. Yeah, that's the neighborhood. Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah, I got up there a couple of times to check it out. Yeah, they had a huge gaming area. Oh, yeah, the gaming area. Board gaming. Yeah, it wasn't as big as Milcon. Yeah, it is. Right. But it was good. Oh, yeah, there was over 1,000 games there. Yeah, and they had at least dozen indie developers. Yeah. They had, it was a good mix of stuff. Hey, buddy. Hey.
Mom first.
Yay. Go grab a seat, sis.
I got this day.
You got to take the show? Say hi to the audience. We're pretty old. Say hi to the audience. We're pretty old. They can't see us. They can't see us, but they can hear you.
Oh, I don't know.
There you go.
I'm the first one. So yeah, I was running around and Ryan needed the truck and Alexandra got dropped off at babysitting and jump in the car and let's go take her down to babysitting and back so we can at least be in the car.
Oh, yeah. No, that's how that works. Sometimes that quiet time.
Couples would have that, like, they get home from work and they have that half an hour of like a cup of coffee. Like my parents used to do that.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is it? Now I understand. You don't have like literally like 2 shifts passing in the night. One for Monday as well for the movie.
Same thing. They've been both so busy.
Right.
You know, figure Denise is working on her project. She's got that. No, I didn't work my day.
What is it? 10-year anniversary?
Yeah, I'll have it stuff with them before the weekend. We got a long list of things going on. But again, solid weekend. Then the other day I go pick up Travis and Jeff last night. Like 12 at midnight. So I've gotten maybe 3 hours of sleep every night this week. What? I thought it was Chicago. I would have thought. Yeah, I'll pick you up at the bus. I'll pick you up at the bus station. Yeah. It's local H. So, but yeah, so it's and then I gotta be up at 5:30. We got school back this week, so I gotta be up early. Just make sure labs are ready to go. So it has been hectic. how much your other half? I know she's going too, but yeah, let's see what's on it. Get out of here, pumpkin.
Yep.
Alright, well, I'm gonna leave you all. I'll sit out here.
Alright.
No.
You can sit here, you know. No
See
walk.
there, that's not on camera.
Okay,
off camera.
I'm not on camera?
No.
Can you use
Until I switch cameras. Then what happens?
She's a post.
That was right there.
That's right.
Where's Darlene? Had a camera. That dummy camera. There's a dummy camera. Hilarious.
That's
When you go to Travis's basement,
There's
I'm going up like
Yeah.
one of these light things.
A camera in here.
Well,
That's it. That's what we want to record. That's what the world wants.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you really do.
there's still like a big subwoofer behind that.
You really should. That'd be awesome.
Because
Man.
you're like,
Also
where's
help-
this sound coming from? Yeah, like a little. Isn't that those trapdoors into the
Yeah.
crawl space?
Yeah.
That'd help you. That'd also help your bowels.
That's right. Get that brown sound going.
The brown zone. There we go.
Oh,
All right.
Let's go start this.
Like I think you had
Yep. Yeah. Live from the 6th floor basement of the Guys Games and Beer Tower. It's the official podcast of the Brown Zone. Guys Games. Yeah, if you mention it, I'll bring it up. Guys Games and Beer.
Yeah!
Yeah, we got it going today.
We do have it going. It's been a couple of weeks, Rob. We only did Beer Corp for the last 2 weeks. That's only because we've been so bleeding busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Now
in
we're
the
not
best way.
doing nothing. Now we're just laying
We
around.
got a little break. We got a little break now. But that's when it's not that we're not doing nothing. We're getting ready for our next.
No, we're not doing nothing.
You've already started getting ready for the next one.
Yeah.
You made the reservations?
Yeah, made the reservations for CableCon.
Yeah. So, but we were the Guys Games and Beer crew was up in Minnesota this weekend at 2D Con. Cheers to 2D Con. That was a good one.
Good one, yeah. It was enjoyable.
Yeah, it was. It was very enjoyable.
Slightly different than like
You'd enjoy
than
it.
what we're
Yeah?
used to for.
You might have to go next year.
Yes, you will.
Yeah. I think
Yes,
it's
Ron,
worth
you
going
have to go
yeah.
next year.
Yeah.
It was.
It's very different. I mean,
I
it's
mean,
different. It's
the
different than
cosplay
any
is
con
like-
we've been to.
Higher up on the list, and some of the gaming was different.
Yeah.
Like, they have the whole other area with all the board.
Oh yeah,
games.
their board game was as large as the video game
Yeah.
section.
And I didn't
That's
realize
always
they had a whole
nice.
special room just for fighting games.
And,
until later
and much
on.
like GameCon, the vendor hall is not the.
No, not the focus.
Not a focus.
Not the focus.
Nope. They had a vendor hall, but it was a small. It was basically a
And
small room.
And it was focused on mostly focused on art.
Yeah.
You know.
Gaming accessories, art, things like
Art
that.
Bell.
Could have been Art Bell
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
But,
I think I saw
Somebody
renderings of the high planes.
Yeah,
Oh, that's awesome.
And considering the space they had there, they could go with more vendors, but that's
Yeah.
not their thing. It gets it's a charity con. They're raising money for childhood cancer. Again,
To eliminate it,
well, hopefully.
not to give it.
No, not to give it. No, they're not
Right,
trying to
just
give you
makes
childhood
sense.
cancer.
See, yeah, I suppose you gotta qualify.
Yeah,
You gotta qualify.
that was a good
Because it's charity
qualifier.
for Toys for Tots.
Right.
Right. I know what
They're
I mean.
giving toys, not taking toys.
Toys for
Right.
Tots.
Toys, that would be Toys from Tots. That would be a little bit different.
But yeah, no, I gotta say again, it was a good weekend.
We're
It-
donating to
besides,
childhood cancer.
we were busy
Little
as heck.
bastards.
Yeah.
Holy crap, were we busy?
Yeah, people liked our stuff. That's for sure.
That's
yeah,
good.
It was a good combination. I loved to see those comments today too. That was really good to see.
Yeah.
So
Glad Rob
I've
wasn't there. I
heard
think
of the
was
mystical
comments from
thing called
there may have been one or two of those
Steel
comments.
Battalions.
God, you with that?
asshole at home.
Yeah, exactly. Jesus, give him a gin and tonic, and we're all doomed.
Actually-
One night I go a
Actually,
little
one.
bit overboard.
Just-
I actually did hear that comment.
So I
by the way.
never,
What?
never before.
I've heard of that Steel Battalion, but I thought it was a myth.
Yeah, I heard. No, that's funny. I had heard that same thing a couple of times. That people have heard of Steel Battalion, but never actually seen it.
Yeah.
So that was kind of, I found that
Well,
very interesting.
If you have
It's a
that
younger crowd, too.
30-something crowd, the Xbox is what, 20 years old now?
Well, and
Or
Steel
roughly?
Battalion is a
07?
21-year-old game. Came out in 2001.
Okay. Hey!
Yeah, I mean, it almost can apply for
Grab a stool.
collector plates.
Right.
Don't drool. Grab a stool.
No,
Or you can
here,
sneak
slide
in.
down.
Yeah, sit on.
Slide down.
Sit on Larry's lap.
Everybody shift one.
Oh, no, this is my spot.
Okay, then Ryan, you shift it here. He can take the chair.
I was gonna say, I'll shift in. It's nice
I
and
don't
warm.
care.
Alright, here we
Right.
go.
So, yeah. So no, it was that was an interesting comment. I got that one a lot actually. You know, I've heard of this, but I've never seen it before. So it was good to get that feedback too.
That's
And
okay.
the people that would come back and play again.
Oh,
Because they know it's like, once it's gone, they probably won't see it again.
It's true.
Until next year.
Oh, well, yeah. So yeah, if we
Or
are there
other
next
events.
year, we'll be bringing it back. So all right. So yeah, that's speaking of old games, Rob. Seeing as
Yeah.
that game is a
Wait,
21.
wait,
We
Yeah,
kind of
21-year-old
missed a
game.
segment. Kind of missed a segment here.
Oh, we did kind of miss a segment here, didn't we?
Don't name it. Don't. Bam.
Bam. Ba-da-bum-bum. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum.
The official court of rhythm.
Hey, so Tegan was traveling this week and went through northern Wisconsin, and I didn't realize how much northern Wisconsin she went through because this is up there a ways, and brought us back this year.
Could have waved to us.
She could, well, probably, and brought us back something this. So the first thing she mentioned it to me first. I thought that can't be right, and then Larry corrected me on this one. So one of the things they say this is how did they put it again?
Ale with
No,
herbs
well, no.
added.
So I thought she said Wisconsin's first microbrewery established 1995.
Yeah, he
There's a
missed the
qualifier.
northern.
I missed they have a qualifier on this. So, because I'm
Qualifier.
thinking, geez, you know, I was going to River West when they were in that little storefront. And that was back in the 80s. So I'm thinking, but when they say northern Wisconsin, they mean
And then
northern
I thought,
Wisconsin.
what the hell? Northern Wisconsin, and they're called South Shore?
Yeah.
How could they be South Shore if they're northern?
We resolved
Well,
that.
They are on the South Shore of Lake Superior.
So they are northern Wisconsin. You don't get much more. No, I'm sorry. You don't get more northern Wisconsin than
So wait,
that.
does this
'Cause,
actually use Lake Superior water?
probably.
Nederlander.
it-
That's what you mentioned.
This is probably Lake Superior water. So let's. So what we have here is we've got South Shore Brewery's Northern Lights Ale. Let's see the description: the art and science of beer. Ale with herbs added. Now that concerns me a
That
little
does
bit.
me too.
Okay. As a cream ale, Northern Lights combines the crisp, smooth features of a full lager with the fruity, complex features of an ale. We've added oats and white wheat for a round, smooth flavor and a mouthfeel. There is a slight hop presence. Additionally, we've introduced a blend of herbs, again, this concerns me, into the finished product to liven up your senses with a unique and refreshing taste. So,
Okay.
guys, first of all, you get really good points for nice print that you can actually read on the effing can. You know, you use a light background with dark text. You know what? Old people can read this crap. You put red on black, and yeah, I'm kind of done. All right, so let's. I'm a little concerned about that herb part, though. Oh, it's a cream ale, though. Look at the head on that, dude. That is a cream ale. I can smell the herbs.
Is it though?
It has an herbal smell.
That's
Herbal supplement.
There is definitely an
The FDA is
herbal
coming after this
element
beer.
to it.
Oh, there's
yeah, there's. And we haven't had cream
Am I
ale
gonna be
for a
sad?
while that I can remember.
That is
that's different.
different. I'm not saying no,
I reserve
Kind
judgment.
of like,
but I'm
Okay, it almost tastes like anise in there.
yes.
It's almost got a licorice taste to it.
kind of reminds me.
You're not getting that? I'm getting almost a.
I
Kind of
feel
reminds me
the
of cheese bread.
See, I was thinking about bread too, actually. Like an herb.
I get the little hoppiness.
Yeah, it also to me tastes a little like caraway.
Could I'll bet you. Oh, that's exactly what that is. That's caraway.
Yeah.
It's not anise. It's caraway.
And that might be the part of the herb blend is the caraway. 'cause
Yeah. No. Now I know what it reminds me of.
A later sip, that herb is not quite so upfront, but man, that first sip was like, whoa.
Yeah, it's mellow.
It does have a
After
mouthfeel
the-
to it, I'm not going to lie.
No, they weren't.
They weren't wrong about
They
that.
didn't lie about that.
Thing is, I'm still drinking it though.
Yeah, no, it's you know,
I mean, that was gonna happen.
it's not. Well, that's true. That's kind of goes without saying.
Hey, there have been beers that I have taken a sip of it and went, "Fuck this."
Only one.
I have questions here.
Yeah,
I do too, actually.
Yeah, I have questions.
All right, well let's start with the obvious question. All right, Jacob, party cooler.
If I grab, yeah,
You grab this out of the party cooler.
yeah,
All right.
I'd take it if I grabbed it.
Especially at a party, because it'd be an interesting thing to talk about that it has herbs in it.
Just for conversation at the
How
party,
many-
you would grab
how
this
many
out.
herbs? Which herb?
7 herbs.
They're secret.
That's right. A secret
7
blend of
herbs
7
and
herbs and spices.
We could talk all
God damn,
night,
you guys
figure
are
out which
ruining my
herbs-
shit.
All right.
Which herb ended up in the wood chipper?
Fargo.
I wondered if the herb was.
Okay, party
That's kind of
cooler.
up there.
Yeah.
So, is it?
It's
So
marijuana.
No, that's you're getting close to Fargo country there. Yep.
Yeah. Party cooler. Yeah, I think I might.
All right. No. All right, Rob.
I mean, not my first choice, but I'd try it.
For me, the way I judge party cooler is I reach in without looking and grab a beer and look at it. Am I accepting the beer that I have just grabbed?
Man, that's a low bar.
Yeah, you did set that bar awfully low at that.
I mean,
So my party cooler approach, suddenly we're in the party cooler approach. Is look and see what options are available, and if those all suck, kind
Maybe
of go
pushing
like
the ice and
this.
water aside.
okay, so you
Oh,
do
there
you do a top floor scan. If you don't like what you see on the top floor, you just kind of dig in a little.
Larry,
Yeah.
Push the other
Larry,
ones aside.
I'm particular about.
You know, you might run into an IPA that way.
Yeah, and that's when I pick it up and go, would I drink this? No. Throw it back. Grab
And now
another
you've
beer.
shooken it up for the next guy.
Well, that's how people
I'm
get
also
COVID
picturing
right
Larry
there.
looking for a beer, bobbing his head in.
bobbing for
Yeah,
apples.
yeah.
I'm doing it but more distinguished of where it's at the bar. That's what I'm going with being
I have to
discerning.
say this. I'm not grabbing this from the party cooler.
No.
No.
I'm drinking it. And
It's a maybe.
I didn't. Well, okay. Well, then we'll ask the next question. You're at the pub. You're already at the pub. No.
I almost want to say maybe, because a lot of times we say we want to pair beers with food, and that'd be great at the pub. But I almost feel like this is too much to actually pair with food because it has so much flavor.
It's got a lot going on.
So probably
It's
not.
anti-food.
Yeah, I see. I like that. Actually, I have to
The
agree.
pub is
well,
where I want
I agree with
what
you.
I want.
All right, pub.
probably skip the pub.
All right.
Yeah, skipping.
All right, Rob, pub.
Yeah, I'm feeling super bloated already, so I'm not.
Okay, oddly enough, where I wouldn't pull this out of a party cooler, I would probably drink at the pub. I might
Especially
have
if the
one.
kitchen's closed.
Yeah, but to Tyler's
if you get
point,
something
I wouldn't get
simple-
this with food.
But if you got something simple with it, like
I
you
don't
can
want something
potentially.
simple with it. I think this one is got so much going on that.
That said, you can sit there and
Probably
bitch about
go-
it for about
Basic
half hour. which is
nachos.
nice.
Nothing with.
No, maybe Larry hit it. Maybe tater tots.
Yeah, see, there we go.
Okay.
That's
Maybe
something
tater
simple.
tots.
Yeah, I like tater
I was
tots.
gonna say
You know,
chips and cheese.
it's not
that
bad.
looks
I just
Yeah, no, it's not.
it's unexpected. Let's put it that way.
It is very unique.
Well,
That
it's,
initial what we got was like way different than the way it's tasting right now.
Yeah, it's
like-
getting a little easier.
For me, party cooler is everything that's in it, and I'm not caring what I'm drinking. Am I actually going to care about this beer? No? Okay. Am I going to care about this beer? If I grabbed it, I'd be willing to drink it. But at the bar, no. I want what I want, so therefore I'm not ordering this.
Yeah, it's again. I'm not sure it's a party beer because generally, like you said, we're going to talk about beers because then, we can talk about this one a lot because there's a lot going on in this little can, and it's not. And I'm not saying it's bad what's going on. There's just a lot going
and a
on.
weirdly hit TIE fighter.
Well, it doesn't
Yeah,
come,
very
that
nice.
almost does look like a TIE fighter, doesn't it? It's Lake Superior, but it does look like a TIE fighter the way they
Remember
put it in.
Damn.
Wisconsin.
Okay, so we found something interesting. So as we tagged them tonight as we were going online,
Oh yeah.
this is actually clever, guys. Props to you, South Shore Brewery. You have to. Shall we let people go find out for themselves?
I think we should just tell them.
All right, you tell 'em.
You're getting ready to post a picture and tag like you always do for the beers that we do for Beer Court, and I pulled up their site and was like, okay,
Well, I couldn't find them on Twitter. Is
Yeah.
what?
So I started looking. I was like, oh, it's SS_brewery. But then I realized they have the @ symbol in front of it.
They
so it's
intentionally.
S Brewery.
That's some pretty funny stuff.
That is actually pretty clever, guys. Good marketing.
And it
Yeah.
was clearly intentional.
Yeah, because normally you wouldn't put the @ symbol in front of it.
I mean,
they put the @ symbol in front of SS Brewery.
Yeah, no, I like it.
That's very clever. Very clever. All right. Well, let's go ahead and vote on this one.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
It's like
About 3/4.
I mean, it passes.
Yeah. It's a fine beer. It's different, but you know me, I'm not necessarily. I like German purity law people. No, I'm not that bad. I'm not that bad, but this is
Damn
a little.
beer Nazis.
There's a little bit extra going on in here that I'm not so sure I would seek out if I had to.
now that I'm halfway through, I don't really notice it.
It's
just
killed.
like- it's
It's
like
killed
weird.
your taste buds. Actually, the herbs are in there to numb your mouth so you don't taste it.
It does coat.
It does coat.
Yeah.
Cool.
Like I said,
So
there
you
is
gotta
a
wait.
mouthfeel.
There is a
Film.
mouthfeel. and
Yeah.
that is-
I could enter a chili contest after this.
that's what's
Yeah.
keeping me going. Is
I like
Chili
how
fried
it's
women
spicy.
agree with this.
Spicy one.
Yeah.
I find the mouthfeel
I
think
to
you
be
found one.
satisfying.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Maybe
It's
we'll
not.
save for next
It's
time.
not bad at all. All right, Judge Rob, let's pass verdict on South Shore. I almost said North Shore. South Shore Brewery, Northern Lights Ale, out of beautiful. Let's see, they are out of Ashland, Wisconsin, and Washburn, Wisconsin. They got 2 locations.
All right. On the count of stealing the Colonel's secret herbs and spices, I had. Wait. Just a note. It was already on the note.
Oh,
I find you guilty.
Read that.
You're totally reading it right now.
Yeah.
Anyway, I find you guilty and sentence you to.
drinking.
It's worth drinking.
It's worth drinking. No, it's a.
And
fine-
also, I think if somebody
Like,
wants to try something
Hey,
different,
hey,
Oh yeah.
One more thing about the con we went to. You know, I was really surprised at how much love the Sears display of the Atari
Holy
got.
shit! Yes.
Yeah, people were just playing that.
I don't know.
up
Did
and
they
down.
see that stuff out of? Because it was a Wisconsin product.
No, it was.
Wonder
It was,
how
all, no,
often
it,
it was-
it was nationwide.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
you saw it in every
Yeah,
Sears
you
in
got to
Wisconsin.
play.
I don't
No,
know that you saw it
Oh,
as
you did.
much other
Oh, you
places.
did. You
Because
did.
there were only.
No.
I'm trying to remember. There weren't a lot of them made.
About 10,000.
Was there 10,000?
About
It was only like in the
10,000.
1,000.
No.
Yeah, I tell you what, that old school Atari really seemed to get a lot.
It
Uh,
did.
we
It did.
rolled it in.
People played pretty much. Again, it was funny because people. So same thing at Mad with Power. We bought that old school Atari 2600 kiosk, the Orange Beast, and we played basketball. A whole bunch of other people played basketball on that one. So Atari
Yeah.
games hold up.
You had a battle going. with them.
Atari 2600 games hold up really well, don't they, Rob?
They sure do. And speaking of,
I
Speaking
just
of-
love how Tom has the perfect segue.
Oh no,
He was already
He segued, and I just
Oh.
drove it
he
home.
co-opted
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I just drove it home.
Okay. Well done to both of you.
So, am I ever gonna get to go?
Yeah,
Am I
yeah,
ever
you go now.
Atari 2600 Plus is coming out in November. Atari has announced their newest product, and it is Atari branded. It's not a co-branding. We might talk about their other bastard product one of these days.
Just in time for
No,
re-Christmasing.
not the VCS.
Not
I'm
the
talking
VCS.
About the, I'm talking about. There's another one.
Okay,
We'll,
all right.
we'll
Let-
save that for another episode. Okay, so the Atari 2600 Plus is indeed an Atari 2600. It also runs Atari 7800 games. It's about 3/4 the size of the original Atari 2600. It looks adorable.
It
by
does.
the way. They have brought back the original CX40 joystick. It's literally a piece for piece rebuild.
It's a plus.
It's a plus. Yeah,
Right,
just
they
put
made
'cause
it
it's
so
for
it
the
doesn't
plus.
break it easy.
No, they didn't. It's supposed to be the exact same
It's
design.
supposed to
so-
break just as easily.
It's supposed to be the same design.
Well, we'll
according to
get
them.
back to that. We'll see.
So
They
get back
redesigned
to those
it.
modding people.
I mean, they were durable.
I have questions though.
As durable does.
Oh, I want your reading.
I have questions. Just if you've read the specs or whatever. So they bring back the 2600 style.
Frame, but it's running 7800.
It looks like a
gauge
Woody.
as well.
Right. But in order to play a 7800, you pretty much need 2 buttons.
Yep. So you
Oh, I
can
didn't
plug in
even
your
think of that
7800.
part of it.
I didn't even think about that either.
Good point.
So you're gonna need a 7800 controller.
And can I use my
Most of them only
original?
used once. Let's face it.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
but
yeah,
can
it's 9-pin DIN, so it does
Oh,
use a
so-
9-pin DIN.
Okay,
Yep.
so I can go to a retro gaming convention and buy an old controller.
And you will find plenty of 7800 controllers.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah, they'll be sitting around.
Ooh.
None of the game pads though, but plenty of the.
I got one of those. You can get them.
The hand hurts.
You can still get them though. You can still get those little guys. Your hand hurt. Oh, does it ever? Yeah, that was a painful joystick. Anyway, so it comes with the CX40 Plus joystick, indeed, which is basically the same one.
Big orange button.
Big orange button. It comes with a 10-in-1 game cartridge, which I like this.
I love
it
this
uses
idea.
dip switches like the old school. I know. A lot of people are going to have problems with that.
It
But
uses
I
dipshits?
think it's, yes, it uses dipshits. Well, us.
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea. I'm
looking
okay with it.
forward to there being like 1 or 2 hidden games if you do the dip switches right.
That
So
was-
with 3 dip switches, it's got to be
Yeah,
a couple hidden.
that'd be awesome,
there could
right?
be. There could be.
If they're not, then that was a miss.
That's a missed opportunity. So no, it's
True story.
I agree with Rob. I love the fact that they put the dip switches on it because
Um,
for those of us who are ancient, that's how the early game carts. If you was a multi-cart, you didn't have all that fancy menu crap. You basically.
No.
I have a ton of carts. In fact, my the one for my not Fairchild Channel F. My oh God, what's the other one?
The
Odyssey?
No, the Odyssey one's got dip switches too.
that-
Ballyastic.
yeah, thank you.
Thank
I like
you.
the
You ever-
extra
but,
cable, by the
but
way.
have you ever seen the
Yeah.
dip switches on that cartridge? Holy
okay.
crap!
I actually like
Oh.
that.
So that's what you guys are talking about.
Underrated machine.
I had to look up what a dip switch is.
Okay,
Um,
because we're old. We remember that
See,
crap.
there might be some
We
confusion.
might be dipshits, but
yep.
Hey,
Dipshits.
I thought he was making
So my initial
Alright.
question is.
I thought he was making a joke of, but no, that's what it's actually called. Okay,
No,
my apologies. I'm calling you dipshits.
We were not lying to you
It'd
on
be
that.
interesting if they include a.
We
what's,
might
what's
be
the
still
word for the little
dipshits,
thing
but
you
yeah.
used to?
Diddle stick
Diddle. Yeah, you
Diddle
use a
stick.
diddle stick
to move your
change
dip
dip
switches.
Bring your own pencil, you son of a
That
bitch.
is another true term,
Yeah.
but I doubt.
They just suggest a
Kids
pencil.
today-
Use your pencil.
Yeah, but
They just
oh,
suggest
so
a
it's
pencil
called-
with
so
the
question
number
would
2
be-
graphite.
graphite.
Is, with the idea of, okay, what are they doing? So, like, there's tons of Ataris out there all over the place.
There
And I
are.
can play my 2600 game, old carts lying around that I could play on. And there are 7800s lying around.
There are
that you can
7800s.
also-
But
and so-
neither one has built-in HDMI.
Which is
There's-
Okay.
Mine was
Big
modded
plus
just
right
to have
there.
composite out, but this one has HDMI out. That's a big
Yeah.
plus. It's also it is smaller, so it's going to take up less room on your probably sparse area because not a lot of people run large
What, they don't have
large
game
consoles
rooms like the
anymore
rest of
because
us?
you're
Wait,
hanging your TV on the
wait.
wall now.
Yeah.
Have
Yeah.
you seen the PS5?
Yeah, I know. Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, well,
that's
I learned
ridiculous.
this weekend you just put that under your bed anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the X rocker bed
Yeah,
I
that was
like it.
weird, dude.
that somebody was sleeping in for a bit.
Yeah, that was weird. Okay,
Wait, what?
X Rocker carries all sorts of.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was a bed.
Beds,
So it had
nightstands.
a place to put your
game
PS5,
underneath.
and then at the end it had like a stand for your television.
Yeah,
Right?
don't put
They
your
could turn
don't put a
around.
PlayStation under.
So
there.
you
Put
like
your
it, don't
Atari. Put your
Yeah,
Atari
and
2600 Plus under there.
Yeah, and play bowling.
Play bowling. Hell yeah, that's a good bowling game. So so some notes on it. It is actually going to be using metal switches, by what my sources tell me.
So it is an upgrade.
So they're not
on
going to be
that.
they're not going to be cheaping out on it.
Good.
Like they did on some of the consoles. It the front panel does light up, so you do get like the modern Ataris. You do
I
get
saw a
the.
little-
I like that. I saw that.
I really do
Good.
like that. I think that's really good. I thought it was a
Nice
special
little touch,
effect
yeah.
at first. I was a little bit worried from some of the pictures. You don't see it glowing, but it does indeed.
You know, LEDs are cheap. That's probably.
Thank you.
I mean, don't.
Throw a pile of them in there and make them change.
You're not
colors.
wrong. It uses USB-C to power it, so I'm guessing there might be firmware upgrade chances or hacking chances there. But it will use your standard USB-C, which is really, really good. Microprocessor, it uses a Rockchip 3128 SoC. It's not a super... Rockchip's common in emulation devices. I'm trying to remember. There's like one RG series handheld that I think used the 3128. That's kind of an unusual one to use. I might be wrong about that, but it's the only... there's only a couple handhelds that use it. There are some other, like those all-in-one, like hockey puck Linux machines tend to use them. So you see those a little bit more often on those. So it's kind of weird. I'm guessing it was inexpensive, to be honest.
Is it only HDMI out?
It is only HDMI out.
Okay, so gun games
and
are
you have
dead.
a choice, right? You have a choice of 4x3 or 16:9. It has a switch, so you can switch it. I like that. That is a big deal to me because I really don't like it when a TV stretches it. Most TVs have that option built in, but it's not always perfect, and it's not guaranteed to be
But
on your TV.
doesn't the system have kind of control for the so like the Atari? I thought I read this, but maybe I'm wrong. That the Atari has that stretching feature in it, and because it's part of the Atari, it knows how to stretch it better than a TV that just stretches anything if you ask it to.
Kind of. Well, I mean, the circuitry is designed to do it, so it might be better. Like I said, I've had mixed results with the TV one, the built-in one, so hopefully that'll be better. It runs most Atari 2600 games, but not all of them. Because it's emulated.
I was reading some of the people talking about that. Because it is reading the ROMs and putting them into memory.
Yeah,
Right.
It does.
And
It's
like,
kind of
they're not sure what the homebrews will do yet, and that's what I was kind of
So-
reading. Like,
It's a bit
and
of
the
a cheat.
multi-card.
It's a
It
bit of a
doesn't know how to do the
cheat.
multi. Yeah, it's.
Yeah, good luck getting the original chipset.
Dude,
and
no, but
doing it the same
no.
way.
I mean, the Jacks did a single chip Atari. You can do all the circuitry on a single chip. A lot of people.
Oh, it was being done. It's not like that. I'm
Right.
just saying that it's way cheaper to get an off-the-shelf chip.
Yeah, I know, and that's the reasoning behind that.
They changed the cartridge socket a little bit so that cartridges didn't stick as much in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a little bigger.
Yeah, you don't see it very. Yeah, you don't see
Okay,
it.
that's
very often.
actually
It is.
nice.
It's a little bit bigger. Emulation looks like it's going to be a little bit stronger than like the Retron 77. It does play a couple games at least initially that the Retron 77 is not capable of playing.
So it's like a Retron 78.
So that's yeah. There you go. 78. Well, plus it runs 7800
Retron
games. so
2600. 78. Oh yeah, 78. Yeah. Should add the two together.
What the hell are they doing with that?
That's
Other
So
things.
they lose the gun games.
You
that's
can,
for sure.
you can use the original paddles with it if you would like. So there's that.
That's nice.
That'd be interesting if you could HDMI to a downscaler to a TV and see if it.
You can totally do that. I mean, you can totally do that because you do
You're
it.
thinking, like,
We do
maybe
it.
We do
sometimes.
downscale back to non-HDMI.
You know,
Would
I
a gun
mean,
game work? Like
That sounds like a genius idea.
It might
Depends how they're generating the video
if
signal.
the-
Yeah.
If it
might.
flashes and holds the 1 point.
or would it be too
Well,
That
remember
is
the
a
scan
cheat.
line.
timing,
It
or-
depends on the scan line timing. It depends on timing on the game. It's
Yeah.
entirely possible that would work, actually.
Huh.
Okay, so now we're going to have to try that out.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'll definitely be playing with that.
Nerds.
So it comes with that 10 games in one cartridge. It comes with one
Have you met
controller.
us?
You can get an extra controller if you would like. Maybe you even want it for your original
I
Atari.
see. That was the thing.
$24.99 for that. That's not
Oh,
terrible.
they're not bad.
That's
prices.
good. You can also get the CX30 Plus paddle controller bundle. It comes with 4 games.
Will that be tip switches too?
Totally
No.
understand.
Oh wait! Oh, it might. Yeah, it looks like a multi-cart.
Then again,
It might. I
had
didn't
some-
see
Okay,
this earlier.
now here
so.
comes the
Such a
interesting
nerd.
because there was 2 sets of
I
paddles.
work at the Renaissance.
Remember,
the
the
driver,
mic hears
which
the
is one.
background talk as much as it hears the foreground talk.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, anyway,
So there's
anyways.
2 paddles, the ones that keep going around and around and around, and the one that had us.
It is not the
Oh.
racing paddle, so I'm going to assume it ends. It shows the
Okay.
it shows the tennis
It's
paddle.
the pong
so,
paddle, yeah.
Yeah, so and it's got all pong games, no racing.
That's why
games,
somebody
so.
put a picture of the racing paddle. Like,
Yeah, they should.
hey,
do
are you
that.
forgetting me?
It's true.
Maybe that's the next paddle pack.
You're always alone, and you'll stay there.
2 other games are coming out. I'm considering both of them at this point. One is Berserk. There's a Berserk Enhanced Edition. I have not seen any screenshots. Has anybody seen screenshots on this?
No.
I have not heard what the enhancements are, but I hear there's been some improvements made to it. Mr. Run and Jump for the Atari 2600, which is, I don't know, I'm pretty sure the 2600 game is what you play at the beginning of the current Mr. Run and Jump. So it looked pretty enjoyable. I was kind of like, boy, I kind of wish it would stay as the 2600, so here's my chance.
Right.
If it's anything like the version for PC and the VCS, it's going to be one hard bastard. It is going to be a bastard of a game. Because that game, man, made me want to kill myself. Not in the bad way. Jeez, I was pissed by the end of it. I don't get too pissed at anything other than Call of Duty. So you got all those options you can add to it. I might add this to Kurt.
But again, has anyone here tried Armored Core, the new one?
No.
Heard it's a bitch.
No, so did I. I heard that a lot this weekend.
That's what I've been hearing. Have a group chat, a bunch of friends got it. I'm thinking about picking it up because
It'd be a challenge.
I'm waiting for the holidays.
So
$20.
obviously, I mean,
What?
nostalgia.
It'll be $20. That game will be $20.
Oh yeah.
So
You're right.
nostalgia for us.
for me, it's probably not something I would pick up. This would be something I would just like emulate or something like that. Like
Stella. You can use Stella and do everything.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
You can.
It's not worth the investment for me because I also am not like Travis. Travis is an avid collector.
Right.
Very avid collector. I'm not like that. I've mentioned it before on the show, like I have all the same systems I had when I was a kid, all the games I had. There's some games that I used to have because we did trade-ins or whatever that I'd get every now and then, or games I never got to play. But again, it's like, it wasn't something that was something I played as a kid, so I don't have that urge to get this.
Same.
Yeah.
The biggest thing that was to me is my Sega Rewind that my wife got me years back. Love it because I am playing the shit out of Shining Forces and Shining Forces 2.
Just because it kind of hard for us. Is there? Because you guys are younger, so that's why I'm asking you. Is there anything that you could have never really owned as a kid that you are like that is cool and I want to own it now as an adult?
A particular
I do-
retro gamer system.
I did because I never had an N64 growing up. I really wanted one. And I did buy one. I bought several games that I played at friends' house and stuff like Mario Party and stuff, and I never got to play like regularly. So I did pick up an N64 for that experience.
Just the 007.
I would,
007 too.
I would
Some of the
like-
Star Wars games.
Yeah, all the Star Wars
Shadow of the
games.
Empire.
I
Yeah.
would like to get an
Roll,
N64 again because I bought myself one. That was one of the Christmases where my grandparents, they gave us money, and I didn't. That was one of the Christmases I hated because I had one present. And well, hey, give an ADHD person only one present that they get to open
Yeah.
up, and they're sitting at Christmas holding that thing just like,
Yeah.
yeah. What do you mean I can't go play it? What do you mean?
Wait till you get home.
So,
No,
but there
but-
wasn't one that wasn't part of your childhood that was probably part of our childhood
The
that
only
you'd be interested in.
the only thing that I think that's not part of your childhood, I get to play with you guys at conventions and whatnot, and that's Steel Battalions.
Actually, I did lie. There is one system that I absolutely want, and it's a goddamn Vectrix.
All right,
Wait, you're not 40 yet.
Guess what?
Yeah.
50.
Sorry.
I don't own one. So you
Yeah,
there's
okay.
a law
right.
against that in
I was
Wisconsin.
curious because so the sort of tagline is it a good idea? And I'm like, I feel like it's got a limited window and a limited audience, and that's what I was kind of driving at.
I would,
You know,
if I
like-
had the disposable income,
Yeah.
yes, I would get this just to be like, yes, I like my retro games.
Wow.
I'd want to play this.
Would you
But
start like a 2600 collection?
yeah,
To,
That's
like-
almost the only.
to
That's almost
support
the
it?
main reason to get this is
Yeah.
to.
I would do that if
Yeah.
I had what I considered to be disposable income.
Yeah.
I have.
Yeah, I was thinking.
what
I'm sorry, I
would-
should have qualified that.
Yeah.
Income not being the qualifier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I had the money that I'm not worrying about, yes. Otherwise, right now, I have what I like to refer to as
Living on income.
quarterly disposable income. Semi-disposable income.
Quarterly.
Yeah.
I like quarterly disposable income.
I occasionally have money that I can spend on frivolous things. Like, I'm going to be getting myself a better sleeping bag because the LARP I'm going to in October is now on the 21st, and that's going to be fucking cold.
Chilly. Yeah. Chilly.
So therefore, here's a tip.
Is
Ozark
it
trip.
just a tip or a pro tip?
I'm not a pro.
With J.J. Bradley.
Ozark Trail might be cheap, but it's because it's Walmart's brand. And you may know it.
You mean their minus 35 sleeping bag is a lie?
They only go to 10-degree sleeping bag, and that 10-degree sleeping bag, I would go, that's good for, like...
I'm not using it on a summer day.
Well, welcome to off-topic theater, but I got
Yeah.
a couple
It's
of
good for,
military
you know,
sleeping
like-
bags, and those fuckers, no matter how cold it is out, I'm sweating in it, and then you open up, and you freeze to death. They are terrible. They're like, there's no middle ground. There's no point at which those things are comfortable. They're either soaking you hot, or you open them up, and you're freezing to death. God, I hate those things.
I can
Can
vouch
I-
for
But
it.
I love them. Yeah.
Can I get one of those? Because my grandpa had one of those. I used one of those
Heck.
for deer hunting. I love it so much because for some reason I would have it unzipped, but with like my thermals on underneath. And I'd be going, I am right at that right balance of I am warm, but not too warm, but still cold, but not too cold.
My feet are sweating and the top half of me is
Where we
frozen
saw
off.
us sleeping
All right.
bags.
Anyway,
They're warm because they're filled with asbestos.
yes. Healthy asbestos.
Yeah.
All right, back to it.
Back to it.
Okay, I'll throw in 1 to 10 games on the cartridge are real quick because I forgot to cover that. Adventure's one of them. Just no-brainer. Combat, that's kind of a no-brainer too, man. You got a
That
friend
was
you're
the
gonna want
original
to do that.
pack-in,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Dodge 'em. I don't like that game very much. Haunted
Wait,
House,
that's the
my
western
choice.
where you shoot each other, right?
No, Dodge 'em's
Is
the
it car?
game with the cars where you're going around.
Oh, yeah, no, that's
I'm not a big
different.
fan of that one. Haunted House, really good.
Oh.
Maze Craze, absolutely love that
Yeah.
game. Play it with a friend. Don't play it alone. Play it with a friend
That got love this week.
or an enemy.
Yeah, it did.
Missile Command, that's a good one.
That's one of my favorites on the Atari 26.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Missile Command.
It's great all the time.
Yeah, all right. The controls a
worked
little
well
bit
with the-
wonky.
We are talking
It
about
actually
having
did
the
not.
trackball. I mean,
It actually did a good job on
We
that.
are talking about the
With a
missile
single
command
button?
where you're shooting
Yep,
like lasers.
yep, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
do
in
things.
the arcade you needed 3 buttons.
No, you shoot
Yeah.
Right, 'cause
explosives
you had to pick where your
that
base was.
explode, and they're
Okay.
shooting laser. They're
Okay,
shooting
they're
missiles
shooting
down at
things
you.
down, and yeah,
Yeah.
that game, yes. When I
Imported,
found out that that was
imported
a
well.
part
It's not
2600.
perfect by any means, but it's a good game. Real Sports Volleyball, which I was kind of surprised, but yeah, you ever played it? It's really good. So I understand. The game was so good that years later, like PCs,
Someone had
released
to
a
die
bunch of
for it,
freeware
like Tetris?
versions of it that were very popular. Huh? Anyway, what?
Yeah, because there was a handful of real sports. Baseball,
Yeah. Oh yeah,
football.
but volleyball was like the
Volleyball
shit.
was like
It was awesome.
exception to the rule of being.
Of being not as good as the originals that were cruder, but yeah. No,
Well, you mean 3-player football wasn't awesome?
I loved it. I did. I
did.
loved Atari.
Football.
Was it
Atari
like-
football? Hell yeah! I loved Atari.
There was
Not
some-
real sports. Screw that one.
Yeah.
But Atari football kicked
Get
Yeah.
those
ass.
3 guys running up just
Yeah.
straight.
It was kind of silly, but
Oh, how many times have you yelled at that fucking game? Ah! No!
Yes.
Why are they bunching up? God! Oh God, I love that game.
Flashing and everything.
Oh yeah, I love that game. Surround is in there, which I think is pretty good. That's light cycles. So, also if I'm assuming they have all the variants of the games. There's a lot of cool variants of that game, so that was really fun. And then the last one, I'm sorry, Video Pinball was one.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
I'm a huge pinball
Midnight
fan,
Magic was available on the Atari 2600, and that was a much better pinball game. It wasn't terrible or anything.
Yeah,
but,
who's the manufacturer? I said these are all Atari Trues.
well, yeah. I mean, they got the license for them, so that's why they put them in. Yar's Revenge is the last one, which obviously that's an excellent game, so no problem there. So that's the 10 games that are included on the multi-card. Recommendations, I didn't do it because I got a lot of Atari joysticks. I'm probably not even going to use the CX40 on it because I got Wicco stuff. But, get 2 joysticks, man. Play Atari that's one of the big mistakes I think people make when they're trying these really old games. They had one-player games, but it was more of a gimmick because the Atari 2600 was one of the first that could actually reliably do it. But 2-player was where the Atari was at. It kicked ass. And then the other thing is that back catalog of 7,800 games is great. They got there's some great games on the Atari 7800. Probably one of the more underrated systems. It was on a par with an NES. So
Brutal Basketball.
As well as the
Junkyard Dog, mother.
That's
effer,
also
man.
probably
That game.
why I wouldn't also probably be getting
Scrapyard Dog.
is
Sorry.
I'm a person that likes to play games. Mainly a lot of the games that I play by myself. So unless it's an online functionality, all I got to do is
Seriously,
play it
Dog,
by
that was
myself.
sweet.
It would have been cool somehow if they could have did an online component of.
Well, try one of the other handhelds that this chipset's on. They do that. But anyway, Anyway, so let's see. One controller, game, console. It's up around $129.99, which I think, given the fact that they're putting some metal in the hardware, and I'm not sure what they're going to do with the front.
I gotta tell you right now, that is a great price point.
I think assuming the build quality is good,
Right.
that you're looking at a pretty good deal if you are a person who likes Atari. I mean, if you don't, this is nothing new. It's not going to teach you anything new. However, if you have a collection of games, I think that this might be a better way to play it. Because most Ataris are at least suffering from some, not all of them, but I would say, I mean, I've got 3 or 4 of them laying around. All of them have some degree of starting to come apart to them.
Yeah.
So I have a question for you.
Yep.
So, and it's probably just on you and what you want to buy, So, because it is kind of a couch game, and so does it come with a really long cord? Like the 7800 came with
Unbelievably
like
long
a 20-foot,
which
like,
I love.
power cord.
Which I love.
You know?
Just because of the way games were played back then. I don't know. They didn't say how long the cord is.
Yeah.
However, since it's using a standard USB-C, you can put your longest
Here's-
F USB-C
Here's
cable
the
on
question.
there.
Is it going to be like the other more recent consoles like this that say, yeah, we're USB-C, we got to provide your own power adapter?
Yeah, you know what? It doesn't say whether they do, and I
just find
I
that
don't
kinda
like that
rude.
trend, by the way.
Yeah, it's rude.
And they say it's like, oh, we're trying to be
Environmentally friendly.
friendly, yeah.
Which,
But I think it's a way to avoid $10.
yeah.
We
Are
have
you
a Peter
kidding? It
Gallery
cost
comment?
them $2 to produce
We
it.
have a off-screen comment.
Yeah.
You don't have to get on screen.
Hi, I'm Ryan's wife, not a gamer. So I have a question though. So with the price point being so good, do you think that they're trying to get family-friendly gameplay again, and maybe do new entry for a new generation? Maybe parents or, quite honestly, 50-year-olds or grandparents maybe buying it as a toy for first entry for somebody who maybe
Hey, I
hasn't
used to
been
play
exposed.
this.
See,
Yeah.
exactly. Thank you. People of a certain age, maybe have grandkids, want to get one, don't have their old Atari around anymore, and rummage sale ones up. You can pick them up, but then you end up with all the rummage sale issues.
Yeah. Well, that's what I wanted to bring up because, especially before prices for old games shot up over the last 5, 6, 7 years, you could basically go to a rummage sale and pick up like tons of Atari games for nothing. They basically were trying to force you
Yeah.
to buy them.
Yeah.
Most of the time, please
Buck
just
a
take
piece,
it.
buck
I
a
will give
piece.
you money.
By the way,
I
will
went
More or
to
mention-
less, like 50 of them for $10. Here you go.
I went to a rummage sale one time, and the person went, "Oh, you bought one, a N64 game from us. Here, choose 3 Atari games to go along with it." And I went, "But
That's
I
about
don't
right.
have an Atari."
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, there could be a market for that as well.
Well, now that brings up a question. People have wondered what's going to happen now with the secondary market for old Atari cartridges. Let's just say this product is successful. You've heard what I've heard too, Rob.
I think I've heard that. So here's the thing. Atari's successful. People's definition of successful is I'm going to compete with Xbox. A product does not have to compete with the Xbox or PlayStation to be
Thank
successful. It just has to make money. And I'm going to tell you one thing about this Atari. This Atari makes freaking money. That is what that's what they're for. The problem is you're not going to change people's mind that a lot of these games are amazingly archaic. They are amazingly archaic. It is always going to be a niche market from now on. I don't think that we're even getting older. We're like the first generation of gamers
Right.
that grew up with video games. We're getting older. Our kids are older. We're not going to be showing our kids it. We're probably going to, like you said, the grandkids are going to be the target. I don't know how much the grandkids are going to. They got supercomputers in their pocket. I don't know how much they're going to buy for it. Although it probably would be fun to play a game with Grandma and Grandpa. They would probably like that.
Like that basketball game.
And right now,
Thank you.
right now, Outlaw is the only game I consistently beat my son at. So yeah, I'd probably pull it out just to dominate.
That was
But
played this weekend
Going
too.
back to my original question,
generation.
though, do you think that's enough of a pull to get a secondary market? I mean, if the market is only going to be for people who have a nostalgic pull to it, is that going to be a viable business plan?
That's a giant market. So I think it's enough. They make money every time they make something.
Well,
they didn't lose money on the VCS either.
By the way, I will
Here's-
mention the price point of
Wait.
this is the same price point I bought my 7800 at.
Which is
So there
great.
you go. You're getting a 7800 plus HDMI.
2600.
But really, I mean, I think this is more of the definitive way to play Atari games. It's not perfect. I think maybe they do some firmware updates. They might be able to get some stuff running. I noticed that they listed a Supercharger game running on it.
Really?
So I don't know if that's it's Atari. It could be a typo. But it does appear to be. So if it's compatible with Supercharger games, that would be a huge boon.
Very few people got a chance to play those games.
Yeah,
No,
you
that's
can pop
it.
them on a CD nowadays.
Right.
Where now they
Or
can
an
say
MP3 player.
they could come out with a cartridge that said these are all the Supercharger games.
Oh, that would
a 10-in-1
be
Supercharger.
amazing.
Maybe that's the idea. Is like as they
you-
release cartridges,
You can
they'll
actually
do
run them on
10-in-1s
the
or-
Harmony carts now, but
For the answer for the question I was given, as I'm pretty sure I'm the youngest in here.
She's young. Just kidding.
I was gonna say, I believe you're older.
He likes it young.
I'm 36.
No,
But
That was a
I'm
good
younger.
move.
oh, you're younger. Okay,
That
as the
was really
second
well done.
youngest
That
person
was really
in here,
good. That was
as the second youngest person in here, I would have to say that if I had the money to be able to just throw at this, yes, I would throw money at this to be going, what older games? Because as I've gotten older, I am finding myself wanting older and older games. Because I like how
Because
They
they're
are.
getting slower and slower.
No, not because of that. Because I recognize how much effort and dedication and I don't know, panaz put that soul into that game. There wasn't, all these hype on. Oh, the graphics are so on. It was. You gotta make
well,
it.
I mean,
actually-
there was some because
You-
Activision proved that. But
Yeah, but you have to actually make a good game. And that's what I'm being drawn to as I'm getting older. Especially working with some of the younger kids that I work with where they're like, I've showed them some of the older games that I've played because they're like, oh, Mr. Pincus, you're a gamer. And I go,
So-
yes, look at the games that I played when I was
I'm
your
probably gonna buy
age.
both of those.
And they're like,
I think
That
so.
looks like shit.
I think so. But the upgrade version of Berserk is a no-brainer. I love that game. Mr. Run and Jump?
Heck yeah.
If I had the money, yes,
Of course.
I'd invest in that, and then be going, hey, look, I'd be going to my kids when I hopefully have them, of going, no, first you shall learn how to play games on this.
Well, you know, if you don't have your own kids, you can always get yourself a white van and drive around and do that.
Forced adoptions.
I picture a secondary market of people who have their
Oh,
own.
you know what?
More
Since
adoption.
it's USB-C, it would just run in a vehicle.
Yeah. With a.
I'm thinking you could hook up a power pack to it. What's the requirements for the cartridge's power draw?
0, probably.
No, it's gotta have
after
it's
like
gotta have
5
something.
seconds after it pulls
Well,
out
after
the
it
RAM.
loads it, yeah, because it's not running off the cartridge at all.
I'm done with the cartridge because.
Oh yeah, you're right though, because it's just gonna do the cartridge.
It's just gonna
pull,
read
yeah.
the ROM.
Yeah,
It's
It's
ROM.
basically doing a ROM dump.
Yeah, so it does the ROM dump. That's the most pull it's gonna use, but you still gotta power up that cartridge for.
Half
you-
a second.
Well, no, the cartridge can only be read so fast because the cartridge itself has a,
That's like
a set
1
speed
kilobyte.
Yeah.
per minute. No, it's not
But
that
my
bad.
thought is, there's going to be a secondary market of people of the older generation that say, I still have it in the basement. I don't know how to plug this old thing in.
Yeah,
But
they're
if
gonna
I
grab
can
it.
like buy this one
And
and
just have the
grab
HDMI.
these games that I had.
Damn it, I'm convinced. Let's run out and buy them.
But
Already
did that
did.
answer
I'm
your
a sucker.
question?
You did.
Yeah, he's already on it, dude.
I buy everything.
Yeah, you really do, Rob.
I don't like to
But I'm
buy
getting rid of
things
more
that
than
I
I'm
don't
buying nowadays. So
that I
Alright.
don't feel a use, and I don't like to, mod
in
things that I
November,
don't
tune back
feel a
in.
use in. Evidenced by why I've waited so long to mod my PS Vita to be able to get various different games.
So,
Because I love my Vita so much that I was like, I don't want it to be tampered with and or break it. And I'm finally going.
I run
"Oh,
off
so,
of that.
so
too,
literally,
by the way.
while we were doing the show tonight, I've been softbodying this PS Vita.
And now I
because
can
I'm
play
literally,
2600
I'm literally
games.
putting the finishing touch on it.
Because-
You can
Yeah,
actually-
you just put all
No,
the Atari 2600
You literally
games
can
on
put
it.
all the Atari 2600
Because
on here.
I
here's the thing, I want to play my Vita more, but yet the games that have come out on it, I don't really want to play
Alright.
them much
Okay,
anymore.
we should-
I want
we
to play
should-
other things.
I'm gonna wrap this up.
Yeah,
By saying we should turn
Oh,
in November and you can watch Rob play those 2 games on his new.
You
Maybe
know,
we'll play
Atari
Mr.
Plus.
Run and Jump.
I would
Maybe we'll
love
play
to
that.
play Mr. Run and Jump.
I think we might
And
play
seeing as it
that.
has an
And we'll all
HDMI
swear at
output,
it.
seeing as it has an HDMI output,
Could
we
record
could
it next
actually
year.
record it as we're playing it.
Maybe we'll have the bar out by then. Maybe we'll have everything ready to go
Ooh.
by then.
Yeah, Rob's got some big news about the studio.
Yeah, not right now though. We're gonna
Okay.
we're,
Secret
we're gonna
still,
see what
okay.
we're doing.
All right.
They're sending us down 2 more levels? What?
Yeah.
Yes, good. The 8th subfloor
Hey,
base that
hey,
we've been
hey.
devoted to.
I want to address the memo that I was sent. There is not enough room for another GIMP.
Oh, you know what? They say the more gimps the merrier. Plus, I guess they need a new cleaning crew or something. They said. Yeah, there wasn't enough of the cleaning crew or whatever. I don't know. I guess his
I was
one
just-
eye doesn't see so well. He misses like corners and stuff. I don't know what the deal is. They also think
Told
that
I'd be getting my own place, not
we're
not
also
another GIMP.
we're also supposed to be equal opportunity. So they said you can't just have male gimps anymore. You got to have female gimps too. So
At least for being gender
Yes.
neutral, because I didn't know what to do with them.
yeah, see, I feel a little bit better. You know.
There you go.
Okay.
All right. So a few things. I mean, you know, there's some buttons that this thing ticks, but it's for a certain kind of collector. People who still want to collect the physical cartridges and play them. That's gonna be one thing. Because I mean, you can emulate this on. Man, I can emulate this on this mouse probably. You know, this probably has more RAM than an Atari 2600 on it. So you know, you can emulate it on anything. But you want to feel the original controls. Maybe you want to use that same control you had when you were a kid, and you know you want to get yourself an old slick stick or something. And
Or maybe
play
you're
with that.
old and one button is good for you.
Yeah, maybe one button's all you can handle. 1 to 2 buttons. That's all you can do. And
Sometimes that's all you need.
and you want to try that. Relive your childhood. You don't want to go through the hassle of hooking it up and finding out whether or not your TV is one of those TVs that actually will tune into Channel 3
Right,
properly.
thank you.
Which we've experienced this at shows
Yes.
where one TV will not work with the Atari. It'll just look terrible, but the next TV will be okay. And to be honest, there's a lot of TVs now that ship sans tuner anyway.
Right.
So, sans analog tuner. So you don't even have that ability to play them anymore on these. So, this is a good way to do that. It's not for everybody. That's all there is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Nebraska.
There goes the Nebraska fans.
Yeah, really. One
No,
fan.
it's their tagline for their tourist thing. Do you guys not watch TV?
No.
No, what is
Nebraska,
television?
It's not for everyone. That's literally their commercial.
Do you want to know if the thing that made me feel real old the last week?
Getting up in the morning?
No, it was that had a younger person on part of the the Ren Fair cast that I was on, who's a bartender, go, yeah, I had someone ask me if we have hams. And I was like, yes, we have lots of different hams. And I was like, no, sweetie, they're talking about beer. Well, I didn't know that there's a beer named ham.
How do you not know that with me around?
No, I knew that. They did
oh.
not. Because
Oh.
they
Yeah.
are
Right
like
now.
23
Yeah, that looks like a winner.
It does
And
actually.
they have never drinking hams.
I
and
think
never
I do.
have
I don't
drinking
think it's right.
that.
Well-
And I just was like, no.
All right.
Hams is
All right,
that.
all right.
We've degraded into nothingness, and yet again,
And then again.
with
All right, good night.
Netanyahu. That's it. See ya. So long, suckers. All right.
Wait.
If you enjoyed this episode, do me a big favor. You can go to www.guysgamesandbeer.net. Take a look on the top right-hand corner of the screen. You'll see a drive-through. You just click on it, and boom, you're right over with Lionheart Racing. All the joys of racing without the rubber hot dogs. If you look below it, you can go on our Discord. Sometimes we give away games. Sometimes, I don't know, sometimes we just talk some crap. If you want to see some of Dallas's dankest memes, you can go to www.facebook.com/guysgamesandbeer and go to the Guys Games and Beer support group. We're not advertising anything that's
No,
been up in 3
I'm not.
months,
No,
okay?
I gotta say a quick hi to Hicks154.
Hey,
Glad you slid into the server this morning.
yeah. The server. Which server?
Discord.
Oh, okay. YouTube. Thanks for breaking in there. Appreciate it.
No problem.
www.youtube.com/guysgamesandbeer. And you can catch us on Twitch if you really want to be sad as shit. Yeah, that wraps it up. We'll be seeing you next week, 6:15 p.m. CST on Tuesday.
Later all.
Later.
Bye. I do not want to do the
Guys
Games and
They're listening, Hi, Twitch people. Bye.
Oh, sorry about that. No, we're not.
No.
We know who you are. We know what you've asked for.
We know the kind of things you like.
Oh wait, we like them too. That's okay. Never mind.